A quiet knowing, an intuition so clear it felt like wisdom whispered from a place deeper within you. What if science could explain that mysterious connection? The sensation of tapping into something higher, something profoundly wise within us. Could our brains, shaped by ancient spiritual practices and modern neuroscience, hold the keys to our highest potential? In this exploration, we'll bridge cutting-edge neuroscience and timeless spiritual traditions to uncover how we can consciously connect to our higher self, unlocking deeper clarity, purpose, and fulfillment. We often speak of a higher self as a wiser, intuitive essence that exists within each of us, a presence beyond our ordinary awareness. But what exactly does this mean? Throughout human history, diverse cultures and spiritual traditions have explored this idea, each offering unique insights yet remarkably converging toward a universal truth. In Hinduism, the concept of the higher self is encapsulated by the term Atman, often translated as the inner self or pure consciousness. According to the Upanishads, ancient spiritual texts of India, that self cannot be described in words nor comprehended by the mind. It is pure consciousness, eternal, infinite, and beyond space and time. The Atman is believed to be the divine essence within every living being, inherently connected to Brahman, the ultimate universal reality. The spiritual journey, according to Vedanta philosophy, involves self-realization, discovering and fully experiencing one's true nature as Atman, free from the constraints of ego and worldly illusions, Maya. Swami Vivekananda explains beautifully, each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature, external and internal. Thus, the higher self, as Atman, represents the truest, most authentic state of human existence, pure, conscious, eternal, and fundamentally interconnected with the universe itself. Interestingly, Buddhism takes a nuanced perspective. Traditionally, it denies a permanent, unchanging self, anatta meaning non-self or no permanent self, but it doesn't reject a higher state of consciousness or spiritual realization. Instead, Buddhism teaches that through practices such as mindfulness and meditation, practitioners can attain enlightenment or nirvana, a state of profound inner peace, clarity, and interconnectedness, beyond the ego-driven sense of individuality. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh describes enlightenment vividly. Enlightenment is when the wave realizes it is the ocean. In other words, the higher self in Buddhism is not an isolated entity. Rather, it's a state of awareness, expansive, compassionate, clear, that emerges when the illusion of separateness fades and we experience profound interconnectedness with all existence. Thus, connecting with the higher self in Buddhism means dissolving the ego-driven boundaries and recognizing the universal unity of all life. Western traditions, ranging from Gnosticism to mystical Christianity, Kabbalah, Hermeticism, and contemporary New Age thought, often describe the higher self as the divine spark or inner light. This divine spark is seen as the part of humanity, intrinsically connected to the divine or universal intelligence. The 16th century Christian mystic Meister Eckhart stated, "The seed of God is in us. If it were not, we would have no life." Similarly, Carl Jung, the influential psychologist, proposed that humans possess a self distinct from the ego. For Jung, this self is the archetypal core of our psyche, encompassing our full potential for wholeness, wisdom, and individuation. He said, "Your visions will become clear only when you look into your heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes." Here, the higher self represents an intuitive, guiding wisdom within, leading us towards self-discovery, personal growth, psychological wholeness, and profound spiritual realization. But what does science say about this profound inner connection? Recent breakthroughs in neuroscience have revealed astonishing links between our brains and higher states of awareness. Functional MRI studies indicate that meditation and mindfulness practices dramatically reshape brain structure, particularly the prefrontal cortex, responsible for self-awareness, empathy, and executive decision-making. The limbic system, our emotional brain, interacts with these higher states, guiding our intuition and emotional intelligence. Think of your brain like an antenna. It can tune into deeper levels of consciousness. When we meditate or practice mindfulness, we're not just relaxing. We're actually changing the brain. These practices rewire our minds, build new pathways, and help us connect with our higher self. Many spiritual traditions use different terms, but they all describe a similar experience, rising above the ego and reaching a deeper state of awareness. Modern neuroscience supports this idea. Studies show that practices like meditation can change the brain, especially in areas linked to self-awareness and higher thinking like the prefrontal cortex. Neuroscientist Andrew Newberg found that during deep spiritual practices, people often feel like they lose their sense of self. Brain scans show lower activity in the parietal lobe, which helps to define our physical boundaries. This may explain the feeling of unity or higher consciousness. In simple terms, science now confirms what ancient teachings have said all along. Connecting with the higher self, it has real effects on how our brain works and how we experience reality. The higher self isn't merely philosophical. It holds practical, transformative potential for our everyday lives. Intuition and wisdom enhance decision-making guided by deeper insight. Emotional strength is the improved ability to manage emotions and handle life's stresses. Purposeful living means aligning with personal values and authentic goals. When we connect with our higher self, we find a calm voice underneath the daily chaos. It's not just a spiritual idea, it's real. There's a quiet wisdom inside us, always guiding, always present. Behind every worry and distraction, that inner clarity is waiting to be heard. So how to connect with your higher self? Regular meditation calms the mind, reduces stress, and strengthens inner awareness. Visualizing your goals and writing daily thoughts can unlock deep insights and align your intentions. Spending time in nature brings peace, clears the mind, and helps you feel more connected within. When we achieve our higher self, transformations ripple throughout our lives. We start recognizing subtle signs and insights. We experience greater inner calm even amid life's storms. A defined sense of direction emerges, guiding life's decisions. Inner peace becomes your permanent home. But connecting isn't an isolated event. It's a lifelong commitment to living consciously. Imagine what would happen if every decision you made, big or small, came from this deeper awareness. Decision-making anchored in personal values and authentic inner guidance. Conscious actions reflecting your true purpose. This is the art of living from your higher self. Here at Moment Within, our journey is shared. Each video a stepping stone, guiding you closer to the inner wisdom you carry. If you found resonance today, let this experience gently ripple outward. Invite others into this shared awakening. And remember, each moment is an opportunity, a subtle invitation from your higher self. See you in next video.